Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we got another For Hire Decklist. But this time this is For Hire Canine. So I just need to make it very clear that this is the correct version to play this deck competitively. The pure For Hire version is good, but it's not enough. You do have some trouble breaking boards sometimes if you don't have like access to Storm for Hire and you don't have enough hand traps to stop your opponent. It can get like really bad. It's kind of like Blue Eyes in that sense. But with this, this can play through like 5 hand traps. It can play through literally any hand trap in the entire game. There's not a single hand trap that can stop this, even multiple hand traps paired together. So if they FUA, we have Rex, it doesn't matter. We're going to be drawing a lot. And you're going to draw enough, if you can give them enough draws, right? To go into Harpy's Featherstorm, which is disgusting. And then you just skip your opponent's turn. They can't play, so it doesn't matter if they have 20 cards in hand. They can't activate monster effects, so they just scoop. And this is just hilarious because the Harpy's Featherstorm is easily activatable because Philo meets the requirements. It's a Winged Beast Wind. We have Sagitta Maverick for Hire, which I am playing in this deck. I did say don't play this in the pure version. You can if you're playing this in the pure version, but otherwise do not play this, except in this deck. Because it's also a level 5, so Jokel can summon it. If you have this, and let's say like you go full combo, you don't actually care about your opponent's FUA or whatever. But let's say they double FUA, they have multiple hand traps to stop you. You don't want to give them too many draws after that, and you don't have easy access to the Gale for Hire. It's fine. You just Jokel summon this, or you can summon this by going like beat effect, summon this, or literally any of the other monsters, and then you can easily also search this. There's like Rookie for Hire. You can search it with. You can go Fossil Dig to get like the Rex, and the Rex grabs the Rookie. You can Storm for Hire. There's literally infinite ways to get access to these two. If you have the Harpy's Featherstorm, and you can also fish for the Harpy's Featherstorm with this by excavating 4 during your normal combo, which is disgusting. And also your only your canine stuff have give you like full for hire combo, which is disgusting because this only requires 2 monsters with different types, and guess what? All the canines are different types, and their attributes are Earth, Dark, right? Attributes don't really matter that much, but the types, as you can see, are all different than also the for hires themselves. The only one that they share is the Beast Warrior, which is Lupus, and the Izuna. But these are not like you're not gonna be summoning these too much. This is the same as Beat, right? They're both warriors, but this is Aqua. There's no Aquas in For Hire. This is Machine. There's no machines in For Hire, and this is Pyro. And the main ones you're gonna be summoning most of the time are these 3. So you can easily go into this, get the field spell, and then you go Rex. Rex add the Rookie For Hire, tributes the Rex, summon Beat, and then you go into this. This is going to summon the Beat again, and then summon Rex, and then you trigger Beat, you add whatever, and then you summon it from hand using Beat's effect, and then you literally have full combo from there. You go Falgo, summon from deck, and so on. So, yeah, K9 itself is full combo. There's a 1-card combo with just Noroi, where you can put up like full for hire combo, but you're not going to have the K9 stuff. So you can choose like whether to have like K9 or for hire, or like half of both. But you know, you're not going to be opening only Noroi, because like most of your hands are gonna have like some for hires and some canines, or if it's like multiple canines, if you have 2 canines like Jokel and Noroi, you have full combo with the Ripper on the field. So that's crazy. And you also like don't lose the nib because Ripper is gonna negate that. You can also summon Raphael early to in under 4 summons to negate the nib. This deck does not lose to Imperm, it does not lose to Ash, it does not lose to Valor, because all of these can also get negated with these. And even if they do negate you, you just link summon into this, link summon into this, link summon into Falgo. We just don't care, right? And any deck that can play through all these hand traps without a worry is most likely going to be like, a top tier deck, which I think this deck is going to be 100%. It also has access to this. This is a turn skip, so you guys understand how powerful this card is, and you have easy access to it. I guarantee you guys, like, when this deck comes out in the OCG, everyone's gonna be playing Harpy's Featherstorm with this deck, and it's gonna be so toxic. It's gonna be auto win everywhere. It's gonna be like tier 1 at least, or something like that. Like this deck is disgusting. I'm telling you guys. This is gonna get banned 100%, so abuse it while you can. And even if this gets banned, we actually don't care because the deck itself does not need this card. This is just like for like win more. You know what I'm saying? Because your normal combo is putting up 10 to 13 interruptions, which is absolutely disgusting. Most of the time when I'm playing these games, I played 10 games with this deck. I lost 0 games. It wasn't even close most of these games. I went first and second. I did not even like FUA except one game. So like the hand traps themselves are not actually the ones winning me the duel. It's just the canine stuff with the engine. It's just so powerful. Like some punk guy puts, I'm not sure how many interruptions. It was like 6 interruptions or something like that, and I just broke his board like it was nothing. Um, so it's absolutely crazy. Like this deck is insane. Another thing that someone mentioned in my previous video that why are you not playing Ogre? This is I forgot to mention that Ogre is actually really good in this deck because it does trigger your Falgo. I'm just not playing it because I don't really have room. And you're better off playing Fua because Fua is a winged beast wind. So in the case where you magically break somehow, Harpy's Featherstorm is activatable with Fua. So you just normal Fua, set Harpy's Featherstorm, and you activate it, you win the duel. It's absolutely disgusting. I know it's not fair, but it doesn't matter. Like I'd rather play Fua than Ghost Ogre in this deck. In the 40 card version, you definitely do want to play Ogre because triggering Falgo is like one of the most important effects. In this deck, you're actually not gonna even rely on this that much because your board is gonna be so full of like interruptions. It's not gonna matter. Also, this deck doesn't really have a weakness. Shifter does not do anything against this deck. Literally nothing. They can't stop Jokel. They can't stop you from going into Ripper. They can't stop you from going into Nash Knight, like putting up multiple stuff. I guess you can't use Lantern, which is fine, but you can still um, put up the Ripper with the level 5s, and then you can go into Keel to set up like the field spell or a pop here. If you already have access to like for hires, you can just set the trap, which plays even better into Shifter. And then you go into Falgo, summon from deck. Like we're not even summoning from the graveyard. It doesn't matter, right? This summons Wiz or like um Raphael, and then you still have like 5 to 6 interruptions, which is disgusting, right? Like this is under Shifter, guys. Any deck that can play really well under Shifter is insane. Uh, and this deck does not lose to Lancia either, not like Malus. Droll and Lock. Okay, so I've seen people say like Droll and Lockport cooks this deck. This is actually just not true. I don't know who said that. This sets directly. Droll does hurt a bit, yes, but we can play around Droll. This summons from hand and grave, so you can trigger this and then start triggering your effects. Summon from grave and so on. Falgo summons from deck. You can still put up like 4 to 5 interruptions under Droll and Lockport, right? Which is completely fine if they troll you. It's not that big of a deal. You can play around it. Just like don't if you don't like um have like any plays without adding, and you have like multiple add effects, like all these 3, for example. You want to make the best play out of these so that you don't get cooked by like a Droll and Lockbird. So yeah, as long as like you're aware of Droll and you don't play into it, you're fine. Rookie summons from deck. This summons from deck. Like we don't care about Droll. So yeah, I do have some replays to show you guys. Perhaps I maybe should show you a combo, but okay, I do have that one. This is like, it's not like a 1 card combo or anything like that. Like I said, there is a 1 card combo, but there's like so many different routes you can take, so I'd rather just show you this. I should probably show you some test hands as well, because you might think like this is a 60 card version, it's gonna be bricky. This is just not the case for this deck because usually, yes, consistency issues do exist in 60 card decks, but in decks like this and branded, like the best way to play them is 60. There's no consistency issues with this deck that I have seen. Like I've bricked once in the 10 games and I still won the duel. I can show you like some test hands here. Obviously, because I'm recording right now, we probably are gonna break, but the deck just doesn't break. Like look at this. We have Chaotic Elements. This is full combo. And then if they like Ashes, you have full combo with Storm for Hire as well. And then even if things go absolutely horrible, just normal summon Fua, right? And then set the Harpy's Featherstorm and you win the duel. Disgusting. All right, this is one case of Canine is all you need. We have case of Canine, Storm for Hire. We have the Rex. Like there's insane synergy also with the Canines. Because Rex is a level 4, so you can actually summon it with Jokel. And then you can go into your Exceeds, and then you still have full combo, right? And then we also have like the Storm for Hire. This does lock you, so you need to be careful about this. If your other stuff gets negated, that's when you use the Storm for Hire. Look at this hand right here. We have access to this. Let's say they actually do have. Okay, there's Ash right there, right? So this gets ashed. Okay, no worries. Now we just go for this. And as soon as you see this in your hand, you just auto win. You don't even have to play the game. You just have to get access to, any winged beast, wind. Like I could just grab this right now, set Harpy's Featherstorm and win. But I can actually do like full combo because I have Jokel as well. So that's just insane, right? Look at this. This is full gas. All right, let's do another test hand. Look at this. Look how insane that is. Look at this. Rookie for Hire. Rookie is so powerful in this deck because you can just like keep tributing like the canines to summon. Plays around like so many hand traps. Dodges Imperms, dodges Veilers, plays around Droll, stops Ogre. Like it's just insane. And you can see like every hand has this for some reason. I'm not sure why this is happening right now. Look at this hand. Look at this. So if you tell me like this deck is bricky, you're just wrong. This deck is insanely consistent. There's no like anything you can really brick on because Fua is not really a brick in this deck because it's also a winged beast. You can use your hand traps to actually link summon into this, and then you have full combo still, which is disgusting, right? Because yeah, if you have like a deck which can use hand traps to go into your combos, that's just insane. Like that's things a tier 1 deck would have, right? So I do think this deck is going to be like tier 1 because it's just insanely powerful. And with this, it's just auto win. There's no reason why if you're playing competitive, especially in tournaments, that you're not going to play this deck to get free wins off Harpy's Featherstorm and like some other stuff because this deck is just insane. You break your opponent's board, you put up 10 interruptions, the opponent is not going to beat that. So I'll show you like replays here. So let's see this one. This is not against anyone. This is against myself. I'm just showing like what you can do here. I just like queued up some random test hand, and I got this, and I just played with it. So you can see like we send that. Okay, so opponent cannot hand trap you because if he does hand trap you, he actually loses because Izuna is gonna activate from hand. You can summon Lupus. You get so much advantage. You actually can extend by like 100%. If your opponent hand traps you. So if my end board was going to be like 9 interruptions, it's going to be 13 interruptions if you activate a hand trap. This is how powerful it is if the opponent hand traps. So we resummon this. We didn't have access. We could have, I think, gotten Noroi, probably, to see the opponent's hand, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so you guys see what we're doing here. So we had Rookie. So we summon Rex, grab the Rookie. I think we grabbed the Rookie. And then we summon Beats. We summon this. You don't have to do this. You can actually just use the Nesh Knight or just don't go into Nesh Knight. Keep these on the field. They're both different types. So you can use 2 and keep the beat on the field so it triggers when you link summon. And there's just infinite things you can do. And even if you don't have access to that, what you can do is, let's say this was something you don't want to keep on the field, right? You go into Donner for Hire. And then what Donner is going to be doing is attributes itself, summons Beat first, and then resummons like Rex or whatever else you summoned, like in this case Raphael. This triggers the Beat. So in case like it gets, I don't know, it gets stopped somehow. Let's say like it gets, I don't even know, I can't think of anything, like Ogre or whatever. So we grab Noroi here. This is very relevant because we actually... Raphael, because we needed something to discard for the field spell, Raphael gives you a card that you excavated, and then you can just discard that with the field spell to grab, the Philo or Gale. So you guys see this, right? We summon from deck here, summon the Dampa. Look how many interruptions we have. We have draw 3, all right? We have draw 3 is going to be like very good because it's not only gonna give us access to for higher monsters, so we can discard for the Raphael, but also it's going to give us access to more hand traps. right? So let's see. It's gonna get shuffled when we add. But yeah, it does give you access to hand traps. So we have Falgo, we have Dampa to pop. This is gonna trigger 100% because you can summon from hand right here. Raphael, 3, that's a monster negates. You can suck up a monster with Nash Knight. 4, Ripper, that's 5. Activate the Liberation. This is gonna pop a monster, pop a card on the field, so that's 6 interruptions. And then you go into Werewolf. Werewolf is 7 interruptions. Then if he pops anything, this summons from deck a Wiz, so that's 8 interruptions. That's a spell trap negate. Um, and then in addition to that, we also have we also have Rex, which is just disgusting because you can use Rex whenever to trigger your Dampa whenever you want, and it can revive your Gale. So that's 9 interruptions. And then let's say anything gets off the field here, and you have even more room. You can summon from hand here. You can summon a Recon to pop a set card, or you can summon what do you call it? Wiz, right? So that's 10 interruptions. Let's see what the opponent does. Now, basically, you just click cards. So anything that's activatable, just activate it because the opponent cannot win. They cannot beat this. So, sure, dodge. We pop it. And now we have Werewolf. We also get to see the hand and banish anything that's threatening. So if they activate like TTT, you banish like the most threatening card in their hand. And then the activate field spell here, we summon the Gale. This triggers Dampa to pop it. We should have done that earlier, but this is just like a replay, so it's like a me playing against myself, so it doesn't really matter that much. We suck him up, goes Lupus, and then we activate the... Oh, I forgot to mention the trap as well. This 11 interruptions. Yep. This gets negated, and now he has no more plays. And I think we still have more interruptions. And we're drawing cards every time the opponent adds, so absolutely insane. Now let's hop into some replays. This is against Branded. Alright, look at this hand. This hand, like, it looks like we don't have access to Fur Hires, but this is full combo. I know it's deceiving, but this is actually full combo. Alright, so Brand Fusion. Okay, so I was thinking that if I Valor this early, he might have something to fuse with, and then I'll just waste my Valor for no reason. Usually Valor and Nib are like the worst things you can draw against Branded. The only thing that stops them, it doesn't like stop them, but the only thing that's good is Fua and Ash. And I didn't have these, so I was like just holding on to these. And I saw him discard TTT, and I was thinking, okay, maybe he has another one, and I don't want to give him access to like fusion duplication or anything like that. So I kind of didn't want to activate anything. But then like I thought about Lost. Lost is just too strong. So I Valor this early, he activates, then I nib him. This doesn't do anything, by the way. It just stops the Lost. That's all it's doing. It's actually gives him more interruptions because Banishment is going to be able to revive the Mirror Jade now. So he TTT looks at my hand, gets rid of the Case of K9. Alright, let's look at this now. So opponent does not know like what Fur Hires do. He doesn't know like what we can do with the Storm. We actually top deck Storm Fur Hire, which is just disgusting because you activate the he should have activated the Branded Banishment, but obviously he couldn't have known what I was gonna summon with this. No one really knows what Fur Hires do. He thought I was just summoning like some instant cards. And naturally, you want to make the most use out of Banishment, so you want to fuse with my cards as well. But guess what? This actually checks him because this summons Wiz, and then you can instantly negate with the Wiz because you can banish this from the graveyard. So this checks his Banishment, and then I can pop his Quem whenever I want. So he gets negated, right? We grab the Dampa, because Dampa is going to pop him before we Link Summon. Alright, we summon the Seal. Dampa triggers, pop him, and then we Link Summon, and then this triggers Seal. Seal adds back. We get the Field Spell. Field Spell activates. It's just game over. Absolutely insane. Okay, let's see that one against Magnifistorm. This is an interesting deck because we're both on Harpy's Featherstorm, I would think. He's playing Orcust, actually, the Orcust version. So he's not playing Harpy's Featherstorm. Only I am. Alright, look how crazy this hand is. He has Super Poly, Droll, Nib, and he just puts up this, so I know this is not Harpy's Featherstorm. Yeah, there's just no way he wins this. It's impossible. Alright, this is under Droll, so that you guys can see that Droll doesn't do anything. Summon Dampa, right? Activate Rex, he negates and pops it. Sure. We activate the field spell. This right here is not because I want to add. It's for the second effect. So if he has anything to pop my for hires, I can summon from deck directly. So Droll doesn't do anything here. All right, we pop him here. Boom, we go into Donner Tribute, resummon 2, and then this is going to trigger to resummon the Dampa, and then I can... Okay, I was going to go Falco here, but he nibs, and I'm like, sure, it doesn't matter. I Tribute Summon for Izuna, send the Lupus. Obviously, I can't summon Lupus because I use the Storm for Hire, so I'm locked into for Hires, but I can just use it next turn. So basically what I have is Lupus is going to go into the Ripper, so I have Ripper in the gates, and then I can Liberation, pop a monster, and then go into Werewolf, so 3 interruptions. Through Nib, Droll, Monster in the Gate, and Super Poly. Crazy, right? And then we have follow-up with this. Yeah, crazy. This is the P.U.N.K player I was talking about. So he has Fua. He actually has the one-off call by, which is kind of annoying. Because he does call by my Lupus here. Yep, but that's fine. We don't actually care about that. Our hand is busted. Yeah, so canines give like the deck so much gas and so many ways to like break boards and stuff. And that's kind of what the deck, the pure version, struggles with. And this issue is solved. Like this deck is one of the best canine versions of any deck I've ever seen, to be honest. I get like Vanquish Salt Canine is just insane. But I think I'm still testing this deck. I think at the moment I would prefer this over Vanquish Soul Canine. Vanquish Soul Canine has an advantage where like on turn 0 they can put up like 3 interruptions, like Holy Sue and like some other stuff, which is just absolutely insane, right? But in general, like for gas and stuff like that, this deck is better, I think. But overall, like which is the better deck, I'm not sure because this is still very new. You can't compare it to the best deck currently, right? And also, Vanquish did get hit, so it's not going to be as consistent. This deck is way more consistent, and it has a way to turn skip your opponent, right? Vanquish does not have that. So let's see what the opponent has. He has Monster in the Gate. He has a another Monster in the Gate. Actually, does this negate any card? It's only monsters. Okay. And then he has Jerusalem to banish something I'm trying to revive from grave. So it's 3 interruptions, and then Jerusalem can get sent to the graveyard with the Masquerena. So that's 4 interruptions, and then Masquerena goes into Little Knight. That's 6 interruptions with Little Knight, and then 7 with the Spell Negate. So he has 7 interruptions here. We go Chaotic Elements, grab Jokel. We activate Jokel. He pops it. Okay, we go Fossil Dig, we don't care. We activate this. Alright, he activated a monster effect from hand, so basically he loses, is what that means. Because like I said, if he activates a monster effect from hand, he loses. I go Nesh Knight right away to check his Masquerena, because now if he activates Masquerena, which he's doing right now, you just suck it up. Boom, and then you go Little Knight, banish the final interruption. And now he scoops. we have full combo here. Full combo, because these are warriors. I actually do make it's not a questionable play because there's actually 2 lines you can make, and I chose the second line. It's a bit longer, but it gives you a better board. So let's see what I'm talking about here. So we go Rex, search, the Storm for Hire. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to Storm for Hire the opponent while he has 2 monsters. So I can summon 2 and have full for Hire combo. There is a way where I could have actually grabbed Rookie for Hire, tribute this, go Donner for Hire, Donner revive, trigger beat, and then I have full combo still. But this is what I do instead. Because these are both warriors, so I wanted to get rid of them. I didn't really have to do that though. Actually, wait. This might have been the better play because Beat is also a warrior. So I would have 3 warriors on the field. And then, actually, no. It doesn't matter because Rex can just revive the Raphael from grave to trigger the beat. Yeah, it doesn't matter actually. Or the Gale. So yeah, that was probably the better play than doing this. The reason I went for this is I can steal his Deer Note, which is level 5, and then I can exceed into the Ripper, right? And then Ripper is gonna, set, and it's also gonna add. He did use a monster effect, so I can reset the liberation from the graveyard. And then you can crash the Ripper and crash this. This is gonna search an Earth, which it can search Beat or the Rex. We already used Rex, so Beat is the better search here. And then we have no monsters, so we can activate this in the battle phase to go into like Raphael plus Beat. We swing over this. He tries to get rid of something. Raphael negates the activation. And then Beat is full combo. I think he saw this coming, but so he does lose here. But yeah, and we still have the case of K9 for like to grab Lantern. So what we would do is before we activate this in the battle phase, we can actually just keep this on the field. Go case of K9, Lantern, and then put up like another Ripper, and then we go for this so that we can negate this in the graveyard with the Ripper. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Okay. Again, another insane hand. We're going first. I want you guys to see how broken this is. So we summon Jokul. Jokul, okay, before we use Jokul, we actually look at the hand. We know he has nothing. We also keep note of like what deck he's playing. And we know he has TTT. So I can go for a Wiz line here. We actually have the Wiz in hand anyway, which is great. Look how much you have here. And this is without your opponent hand trapping you. This is the combo I'm talking about. So you do sometimes lose out on the trap unless you search it or you have it in hand. But you don't need the trap. You have other ways to pop. The Liberation is going to do the popping for you to trigger the Falgo. Also, instead of going Nash Knight, if you really want to pop, you can actually summon this, and then if you have a way to get this in the graveyard, you can trigger the pop, or you can just go Dampa. So in this case, I actually do... Okay, so I do make a slight miscalculation, and I do need to use another monster. So I probably should not have overlaid into Nash Knight. I should have just kept the monsters, so I can link summon. So I use it as material here to summon these two. So what do we have? We have draw 3, we have monster negates, liberation pop, and then we go into werewolf, that's another interruption. We have this to summon from deck. We have Wiz for his TTT. We can draw every time. Do we have Rex? No Rex. We do have follow-up with the chaotic elements. It does come up sometimes. And we have the Feather Storm, which is it activatable right now? Okay, it's not activatable at the moment, but you can literally draw into anything, and then you can activate this to summon the Winged Beast from hand. And then you trigger the Harpy's Feather Storm, and you win the duel. And we're also going to draw 3 with this. So I actually do this now, I think. Negate this, and then I activate Liberation, pop this before he activates. And then we draw 3. Okay, we werewolf, look at the hand, banish the TTT because he activated. And we draw into the Philo. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to activate this, summon Philo, and then I'm going to Harpy's Feather Storm him. Isn't that crazy? Now we just auto-lose, like GG. And every time you add somehow, I'm just going to draw even more cards, and I already drew 3. It's just insane. I'm not sure what this guy is playing. He's playing like Stun. Oh, Time Lords, what the frick? I actually did not know what he was playing at the time, so I just named it Unknown. I look at the hand, or at least attempt to, and then he activates Veiler, so I'm like, okay, so you have another hand trap that you're trying to keep, maybe Nib, or another Imperm. And he Imperms this. So yeah, because he activated a monster from hand, he actually loses the duel here. You can see like we only have Fossil Dig and like the K9 stuff, and that's all you need. I think we used up our normal summon as well. Again, we don't need it. We look at the hand, now we know what he's playing. Again, we have Harpy's Feather Storm. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. I didn't show the other duels because everyone just like forfeited right away. Or the duel is just not fun enough to include. We got Falgo. This is gonna revive here. Yeah, this is just insane. We also have the Liberation. This is 3 interruptions here, and it plays around Nib and some other stuff. And then draw every time. We can revive from grave, like Beat or whatever. We have Monster negates. Is this activatable? It's not activatable at the moment, but Liberation is going to trigger Falgo to draw 3. We can actually activate it by summoning literally anything, any for hire monster. This is drawing as well, so let's see what happens. He actually, I think he top decked the sphere mode, but it's fine because sphere mode would not have done anything. I have Harpy's Featherstorm, and I have this on the field still. So yeah, and I still have this to keep drawing, and I can summon with this, right? Our next draw was gonna be Strategist for Hire, right? So you summon this, um, yeah, and you get, and this is gonna trigger this to resummon the Raphael, so it doesn't really matter that he had that. And then this is just over. You can actually use this to go into Falco, which is funny. Yep, we grab the Maverick here. It's just overkill at this point. I just want to go into Dampa to pop his Swords of Revealing Light and then swing for game. I can also like could have just made like a Exceed 5, right? And then Liberation pop it. I forgot about this. I should have activated Harpy's Featherstorm first, but it doesn't matter. This is still lethal. And yeah, damn. Crazy, right? So yeah, like this deck is absolutely busted. Like I don't know what to tell you. I'm still testing this deck more. Like I'm gonna be playing only against meta decks. Um, just see like the full power of this, especially Vanquish Soul, because I do want to compare this to Vanquish Soul K9, because I genuinely think that this is better than Vanquish Soul K9. I don't care what anyone says. I genuinely think that. If I'm wrong, either way, I'm gonna make another video on this, and I'll talk about more about it, after I do more testing. But yeah, currently, like this deck is insane. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.